everyone, welcome back to Art a la Carte. In this episode I'm doing a kind of a backup video to my previous video where I did the 10 marker challenge, and in this video I'm going to show you kind of a little bit of a speed drawing that I did of the steampunk Mad Hattress character, and we're also going to talk a little bit about how I draw fabric and the folds, and I'll give you some tips to help you to do that as well.
Pencil and some paper, and the best part is having lots of fun with Art a la Carte.
If you want to see the 10 marker challenge where I actually color this piece, I'll put a link to that video at the end of this video and also in the description box below so that you can go and check that out as well. It's very fun. For the initial drawing itself, I just sketched up a pose that I wanted, and I looked at several different reference photos of different people standing and kind of took, a hand pose from this one and a leg pose from this one, and then I didn't actually have one for the hand holding the top hat. So I actually just looked at my hand. I put my hand in that position and then just kind of tried to draw my own hand. So as an artist, there is a wide variety of different ways that you can use references, whether it's from photos or from yourself. And when you use a reference photo, you don't have to use everything from that photo. In fact, I really enjoy using it from a multiple of different photos and different references. That way my picture is unique and different. It's not just a copy of a photograph. If you're looking for a more in-depth topic drawing on how to draw people, I actually have a whole series that I'm just about ready to finish up called Drawing People 101, and I'll put a link to that in the description box below. It takes you through all of the basic things you're going to need to know to draw people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward through the initial setup of this pose because that's not really going to be the focus of this drawing. I really want to kind of focus a little bit more on the actual drawing of fabric. Okay, so here we are. The pose is roughly sketched out, but now instead of getting into the detail of the hair and the face, I'm going to begin sketching out more of the details of the costuming so I kind of know where that's going. In these first stages of setting up everything, I'm going to use a very light hand so that I can erase over things and add detail. If you use too hard of pressure, it's really going to be hard to erase your lines, so I would really recommend just hold the pencil as lightly as you can. I'm using a blue cool erase pencil, but you could use whatever you want. I don't have everything totally mapped out what I want this costume to look like, so I'm kind of building it little by little, shape by shape. I know I want a nice kind of Victorian bodice, and then I want some gathering folds of fabric, but I'm not exactly sure if I want a full skirt or a half skirt or a mini skirt or what, so I just take it little by little. I know the bodice is going to be pretty tight, so I don't have to put a lot of folds or volume to the fabric there, but her sleeves are a little bit more poofy, so I'm going to add a little bit of wrinkles to that, and so I'm going to draw it out further from what the arm would be, and then also thinking about gravity and where folds are. And the best way to figure this out is to look at your own clothes. So if there's a certain kind of shirt you want to draw, if you have that shirt, put that shirt on, fold your arm, move your arm around, and look and see how the fabric folds and works and responds to the movement and position of your body. That is the biggest thing I can say, because really, even if I teach you to draw a certain kind of outfit, if that figure changes position, anything, like even the smallest little bit, the way the fabric responds to that is going to change. So there's no way to teach you in one lesson how to draw infinite amounts of fabric. The best thing I can do for you is what other artists did for me, which is just give me the advice to observe. Observe all the fabric that's around you. Drapes, towels hanging from the towel rack, the way your blankets are on your bed, the way your clothes are when you're sitting, when you're walking, when you're standing. Look at other people that are around you. Do quick sketches of them. One of the biggest ways that I learned to draw fabric was I would look at pictures of other people who had drawn fabric and then try to recreate what they did. And by doing that, I was learning how they created that fabric, those folds, and then I began to slowly learn that way. So it was lots and lots of sketching. I just took and filled sketchbooks up with dresses and towels and drapes. I remember getting the catalog, I think it was to like Sears or JCPenney's, and I just went to the drapery section, curtain section of it, and I would just draw the different displays they had in the catalog to learn how the folds of fabric went. And so that's the biggest thing that you can do. But a couple things to look for when you're drawing fabric is look for valleys, mountains, and peaks. So the valleys are when the folds are folding in on each other and they're going down, and you're going to find this really nice S curve, especially if you're going to draw the kind of the end of the fabric. Draw this really cool S line that goes around, but make sure that it's not just completely, straight line. You want that nice flow with it, where you have your nice valleys, and then where they kind of come out for mountains. And then your peaks are when you have your valleys where the fabric folds down. You'll have your mountains where the fabric folds up, but you're also going to have peaks, which is where the fabric changes directions. So sometimes in my fabric, like in the skirt where I'm drawing it, and it flows down and it's going one direction, and then maybe with gravity is pulling it down just a little bit, there'll be not a smooth turn. It'll be a little bit more of a sharp turn coming down. It will usually happen on the mountain part of the fold, but it'll change a direction. That's what I kind of call as a peak. And so that adds a little bit of distinction. Otherwise, you just have this kind of domed shape dress or fabric, which is, it's nice, but if you want to kind of add some more to that, look for those kind of peaks. As I'm inking this in, it's going to help you to see a little bit more what I'm talking about with the valleys and the mountains and the peaks. And I'm just representing those with just simple lines. Now, when you go to color these, you're going to want to shade in your valleys. That's going to push your fabric back. And you're going to add your highlights onto your mountains and especially your peaks. Another thing to look for in drawing is to add overlapping. Have your folds come down and overlap folds that are behind it. It's going to add layers to your drawing. It'll add depth to your drawing. This is just my helps with this specific drawing here. Look at reference, look at life, study it, and practice, 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 looking for those valleys, those hills, and those peaks. Don't forget to layer and overlap your fabrics. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful, giving you some little hints and tricks. If there's something you still have a little bit of questions on, let me know. I had a lot of people asking me, was the 10 marker challenge really challenging? Because it doesn't seem like it's very hard with 10 markers. There was an element of a challenge. I didn't find it as hard as like the 3 marker challenge. I thought it would be harder because of it can be really hard to get all 10 colors into one drawing, and that's kind of the point, is you have to use all 10 markers in the drawing, and you draw them blindly so you don't know what colors you're getting. I think it was easy for me because by the look of the draw, all of my colors went together except for one, which was the really orangey lipstick red. Other than that, everything went together. So initially, it was easy. It could have been hard had I gotten some really like neon colors and pastels and darks and light. It could have been harder, but I just got a really lucky draw of colors. So it was more fun for me. I really, really enjoyed it. I've also gotten a lot of response from you guys really wanting to see some coloring pages or coloring books in this kind of steampunk Alice in Wonderland or other literary characters. And I'll let you know that I am in the process of drawing up different designs for that. It will be a while because these coloring pages, as I do them, can take me several weeks to do each individual page. But it is in the process. I'm super excited. If you want to see more of my coloring pages, you can definitely head over to my Etsy shop. I have those for sale on digital download. Yeah, I'm also thinking about getting them printed again. I had them printed a long, long time ago. I had printed up my digital coloring pages. And when I sold out, I just never got them reprinted, and I just went strictly to digital. But I'm wondering if there is an interest in hard copy coloring pages. Would you prefer to spend more? I mean, because the nice thing about the digital downloads is they're inexpensive for you guys, because there's no outward cost for me. After I create the piece, it's just downloaded to you, but then you have to print them out. Not only is the cost, relatively low, but you can also print them off as many times as you want. But I know there are some people that don't want to go with the hassle of printing things off. They just want to get the hard, the paper itself and just be able to color. So if you're one of those people, let me know in the comments. And if there's enough of you guys that are interested and want, an actual coloring book, not a digital download, I might look into getting those reprinted for you guys and offering them on my store as well. Okay, I have rambled on enough. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I super appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. I love to read your guys' comments and all that. And thank you everyone who leaves such amazing comments below in the comment section. I love reading them, and I try to respond back to as many as I possibly can. Sometimes that's a little bit challenging, but I do read every single comment. So thank you guys so much, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye!
Pencil and some paper, and the best